Hi, this is Randy Hunt. I'm calling for Otto Bufe.
All right, Randy Hunt, here he is.
Okay,
Hey,
Mr.
talk
Bufe,
about a
how are you doing?
husband. I'm doing very well. 77 years old and still going strong.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I I
How
I
have you been?
I I've been great. We moved away from Plymouth right after fifth grade, and
Okay.
my parents were originally from West Virginia, and we
Okay.
they moved us back here to southern West Virginia. So you were my last class in Gallimore, and uh,
Uh,
it's I have to tell you that you're one of my favorite teachers of all time through high school, college,
that's right.
all through it, and I think about you often. I told your son it's hard for me to listen to Beatles songs and not think about you, because you used to come in the classroom in the morning singing "Here Comes the Sun," and you don't think that kids remember that stuff, but man, it's just
I know.
I can just see you with your flat top and coming in the classroom singing in the morning, and we did so many great things. I've told my kids I've actually taken my kids back there, and it's been many years ago. But we made picnic tables that year, and we I think we burned our names into the top of them, and
Yes, you did.
yeah, and that table was there for a long time. They closed Gallimore down last year. Um,
No, I didn't. I
well,
did not know that.
it's with Facebook and social media. I have I've gotten back in touch with probably a dozen of my Gallimore classmates. Uh, Eddie Moss was in our class,
Yes.
and Eddie found me, I guess, been 10, 12 years ago. So he's online all the time, and so he we got connected on Facebook, and Shelly Smith, and I'm trying to remember all of the other names, but we've all, let me see here, Paul Tripp. I've been talking to Paul Tripp, and Randy Miller. There was a bunch of names in that class that he started connecting me with. I've been trying for a year to get a hold of. Just when I think about it, and I had I guess it was your home phone number, and it's
Yeah, that's
and
the one up that we moved. We have in Grand Marais, Michigan. It's up by Lake Superior,
right.
uh, and we're snowbirds now.
Okay, well
We're
that's
getting
nothing wrong with that.
the that snow shovel doesn't fit my hands anymore.
Yeah, well,
So I had to go south, and we spend the summers up there in Grand Marais, and then with Mark, the guy you talked with.
yeah.
He has a nice place that he's got. My wife and I, Karen, uh, he has a place for us down there, so that's where we spend the winters. But we have a phone number, and it's if you've got a piece of, oh, you got it.
I have yeah, I have your phone number, but nobody answers it. So you guys have been gone.
We turn it off in the end of the summer
Right,
when we go south.
right. So yeah, but you can look up anything on the internet now, and I found that number, and then today I started looking for links to maybe. So I found a couple other numbers that are names that seem to be linked to your name, and I found Mark's name and it had his phone number, and so I was so excited when I got to talk to him. He says, "Yeah, that's my dad." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome!" I'm uh, so tickled to get to talk to you, and I'm gonna.
Tell me about the south.
I live in Beckley, West Virginia, southern part of the state.
Okay.
I went to college at West Virginia Tech. I played baseball in college, and I went there to get an engineering degree, and calculus and I didn't get along, so I ended up getting an accounting degree. I had an accounting degree, a BS in accounting, and an AS in computer science. And
that's wonderful.
so then I went to work, did a couple things, and I've ended up working for the state tax department. Well, I'm 58, so I'm getting close. But
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Are you married?
I am married. Married a girl that I went to grade school, high school with. She's a school teacher, and yeah, how about that?
Wonderful.
She's a kindergarten teacher, and she's got 30-some years in, and we have 2 kids. My daughter is Alyssa. I'm going to email you pictures.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
My daughter.
We had such a wonderful time. That was such fun at Gallimore.
Yeah.
Artie Peppers was such a wonderful principal. He let me just get away with murders. The poor custodian that had to come in and clean up all those wood chips.
Yeah.
I felt so sorry for him, but he was a good guy.
Yeah,
but we did a lot of wonderful. That was a wonderful class. It was so much fun.
You taught me something to this day that I still remember. We made a bookshelf. We made an A-frame bookshelf. And for whatever reason, I remember you had us take the wood screws and push and rub them with soap, and we put I still remember that we put soap on those wood screws, and it was supposed to make it attached to the wood and never come apart, I guess. But I remember that, and we tapped those maple trees in the back. And we made syrup. Remember, we had that pancake breakfast when we.
I had to take that. You're supposed to be like 40 hours. I had to take that stuff home after class and boil it
at home. Oh my gosh! Well, I mean, such great times. But both of my kids, my daughter just graduated last week with a social work degree from Concord University, and my son's in his second year. He just finished his second year at West Virginia University. He's changed majors a couple of times. He's in it's healthcare informatics. It's like coding and whatever for hospitals and that kind of thing. So.
You must be so proud.
I'm not proud at all, Otto. I'm not proud at all. So, I'm going to send you some pictures. I'll show you how proud I am.
How wonderful your family is.
Yeah.
How come all you guys are so smart? I just can't figure that out.
I've never claimed to be smart, but you just gotta try, and you know, you got to give a little effort, and you can make things work.
Well, I can't tell you how happy this call has made me. Those were some of the best years of my life.
I'm gonna stay in touch with you, and like I say, I'm gonna exchange some pictures, and I think it's like Teacher Appreciation Week, and I saw that somewhere, and I said I'm gonna find out how I can get a hold of Otto Bufe, and so
you honor me.
Thank goodness.
I'm so honored to hear how wonderfully you've turned out, and have a wife as a teacher.
Yes.
You can just ask her what it would mean to her to have a former student.
Oh, she does. You know, she's been doing this 30 years, and she teaches kindergarten, so she gets them young, and it's every day we're out somewhere, and then do you remember me? You remember me? And of course, you know, from kindergarten to 25 years old, they changed their looks a little, so they're hard to recognize them sometimes. You've done that, I'm sure.
Get somebody up at the gas station or something.
Yes.
And they'll say, "Mr. Bufe."
Yeah.
Is that you? and this guy will be bald with 4 or 5 teenagers.
Yeah.
And a pot belly, and I'm thinking, hi,
Yeah.
Well, I was in your 3rd grade class or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
So
what a wonderful surprise you've made my day and week and month. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you, and I hope you don't mind. I'm recording this call. I'm going to share this with Eddie and other guys because they're just going to be thrilled to know that I talked to you. And
well, you pass the word of.
I will.
Yeah, I would love to hear from anyone that still remembers those wonderful days.
Yeah.
We had good times, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely. Just great. I just, and I learned so much. People, it's amazing, with the technology today. It's just you can find people. 40 years ago, I would have left and never ever dreamed about ever seeing any of these people again. And I haven't been back to Detroit in a long time, but I'm going to make my way up there at some point. I've taken my kids to the Tiger. My kids are Tiger fans, and we go watch we've watched them play in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. I've taken them to Atlanta. We've watched them in Cleveland, and so if the Tigers are playing somewhere, we're hoping to go to Baltimore this year and watch the Tigers play. So I'm still a big Tiger fan.
Yeah, that'll be a nice trip. Anybody that you can share our email.
Yeah, I will.
The phone number with anybody that you can remember from that time. We had a wonderful time. It was a wonderful class. We did so many fun things.
Oh yeah.
Trying to make learning fun, you know, and so just feel free and tell everybody that I miss them, and I'm so proud of all you guys. You have done such wonderful things, and it sounds like your life has been so blessed.
Very blessed, very blessed.
I know mine has been.
Yeah.
I stayed in education until I retired. I ended up the last 17 years as a superintendent of schools.
Okay.
So I have fond memories, but Gallimore was the best.
Yeah.
We had the best students, and most fun. We developed that whole 10-acre thing with the path and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The picnic groups. We even actually had the Plymouth Board of Education come at the final day, the final end of the year.
Yeah.
To see what we had done with that.
Right.
Remember that? I don't know. We set a really good example by burning our names in the picnic table.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they'll let kids handle the wood burners today.
No, that's totally true.
Yeah. The liability insurance wouldn't cover that. I don't think.
I don't think so.
Well, I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna stay in touch, and I've got your phone number, and I'm gonna send you some photos, and I'd love to see some photos of you and your wife, and I'm just excited to finally get in touch with you after all these years.
Well, thank you so very much. You have honored me beyond what you'll ever know. Thank you again.
Well, and thank you too, and again, appreciate you so much, and I will be back in touch.
Wonderful. Blessings to you and your family.
Okay, you too. I appreciate you, Mr. Bufe. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.